All righty, good morning, or actually it's afternoon, so good afternoon Central Time. And this is Minnassa, and hey, and so before we get started, I just really want to set the tone. I'm going to be on here for 15 minutes. I've got my alarm to go off because I've got to eat before I run my errands, or I have to deal with my missus. And so I'm not having that adventure today. And so let's just take a moment to be present and centered. I invite you to join me for a deep breath in and out. Again, deep breath in and out. And our third deep breath in and out. Set the tone that this is a safe and sacred space, that the time we're here together is a time for inspiration, information, and educational purposes. So usually I do 5 cards Friday on my mindful mornings with Minnassa. But I'm like, I'm gonna do something different. So I apologize to those of you who were expecting to see a video at 6:30 a.m. But it's time to do something different. We're getting ready to come out of Mercury retrograde, and it's that. So most people moan and groan through Mercury retrograde. Yes, it does mess up communications and all those things. But if you can have a higher view of what Mercury retrograde is about, this is a gift from the universe. Every 3 months, the universe gives us an opportunity to rest, reflect, and renew. So that instead of, if you're going a certain direction and you go, this isn't working, then Mercury retrograde gives you a time to, excuse my itchiness, a time to rest, reflect, and renew, change direction, correct course, release this, add that, and then move forward. Then another 3 months again, we have that opportunity. And that's a real gift from the divine. And so, as we're heading into, I think it's the 14th or the 15th, where Mercury will station direct and will be in the shadow period for the 2 weeks after that. What have you learned during these 3 weeks? How have you grown? Where have you evolved? Where do you need to get better? What can you release and what can you add? That is the beauty of this time. And so today I'm doing something new, right? Because many people want to change their life, but they want to do it doing the same thing. That just doesn't make sense. And so today, hey, Shanita, and love to Viviani, who was here at the stop. She's one of the best moderators on this planet, in this universe. And so thank you, Viviani, and hello to Shanita. And so it is, what can we do that's new as we get ready to step out of Mercury retrograde, still in Taurus for a couple days, and then get ready to go into Gemini? How can we move in a way that's grounded and then get ready to step into that life of the party, uh, energized, big thinking, imaginative Gemini energy? And so let's talk about that. So it's 5 card Friday. I got 15 minutes. So I thought, since I'm talking about doing new things, let me do something new. So I have this tarot deck that I got. I have never done a reading with it, not even for myself. So it's called Tarot de El Dios de los Tres. It's a card that I got in Spanish and it's hot, it's muggy here in Memphis, in Atoka. So excuse my sweaty self. I got this card because I was wanting to learn how to do tarot in Spanish, because Central and South America are blowing up. Just blowing up with tarot readings, so I was looking to get a new audience. And so I got these cards in Spanish, and the Duolingo and stuff was just taking a lot of time. But I love this deck. So it does have a tuck box for those who have tuck box rates, which I don't understand. But what I love about it is that the card let me find it, covers different religions. So as you see, the Rey de Espadas, or the King of Swords, and then the Queen of Swords, are both of an Asian type of religion. The King of Cups, or the Rey de Copas, and the Reina de Copas are Greek. the King of Pentacles, or the Rey de Oros, and the Reina de Oros, or the Queen of Pentacles, are Egyptian. And then the last, the Reina de Bastos, or the Queen of Wands, and then the King of Wands are of a Central American type of spirituality. And then you take a look at, okay, hang on, I gotta turn around and wipe my face with my shirt. This is the only room we haven't got the ceiling fan back on. We need Lily with her long arms to get that. So then look at like the Judgment card. You see Sweet Ganesh, the High Priestess, the Wise Owl, and then the Tower. Oh, hold on, I want to make sure. There we go. The Tower, El Diablo, Death, of course, Kali Kali, El Mago, the Magician, and then the Wheel of Fortune featuring Nua, who is a Chinese goddess that has been reaching out to me. I'm gonna have to really work with her, but here she is, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Hierophant. So this is a beautiful deck. My first time reading with it. Let me make sure I got all my cards here. And so I just want to spend a few minutes with you because I do got to eat before I start my errands and talking about, yeah, it is a beautiful deck. Thank you, Shanita. Yes, Vivian, nice cards. It's really, really, really powerful. And so reading from these cards, 5 cards for 5 Card Friday. What is the new thing, the new way of being? And so the way of being is how you think, it's how you see things, it's how you communicate, it's how you interact and react. That's your way of being. So what is a new way of being? And then how do I move forward then, taking that with my actions, my next steps forward in my life, and then how am I open to receiving in a new way? And so as we end this Mercury retrograde in this powerful sign of Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So again, what are new ways that you can take care of yourself? Like you see, I get my nails done, which is something that I love to do. But I've started a full moon ritual where I soak in our tub, and that has been fantastic. One of the new things is working at the hospital. I've seen a sister and a white sister, right? My white sister in bariatric beds. I thought, you know what? And even when I love me some carbs and I don't like the winter. And so the winter really, carbs help me get through the winter, but it's not good for this 59 for what is it? For a few more months body. And so I am not doing keto. I'm doing the pre-keto, which is South Beach Diet and Atkins, but doing it in a new way, in an empowering way, not expecting it to do something magical. Right? But that I have got to put into work and I've got to have my mind right. And so what are some new ways of being, new ways of doing, new ways of inviting and creating as we get ready to step out of Mercury retrograde, have a little bit of time in Taurus, yeah, glowing, and get ready to step into Gemini. And so we've had Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So we'll be closing out the first quarter of the astrological year. How do we put the work, what we've learned, what we've wanted to create, to work moving forward as we get ready then to step into the water of the Cancer, starting that second quarter of the year. And hey, Kristen. So I'm going to pull 5 cards, and maybe people say I need to see you shuffling them. Okay, I'm I don't. I treat my cards gently. I don't shuffle them Las Vegas style. And so here we go. I want to thank each one of you who are here today. Those of you who will see it later, so thumbs up. If you don't subscribe to my channel, what the heck? Please subscribe. All right, here we go. Ah, I love it, love it, love it. So our first card is the As de Espadas, the Ace. Here we go. The Ace of Swords, followed by the Rey de Espadas, which is the King of Swords. Then we have La Templanza, Temperance, featuring one of the Greek gods. And then the Caballo de Bastos, the Knight of Wands, followed by the Eight of Cups. And so I love it that, again, it all begins in the mind. And so to have this Ace of Wands is to be open to a new way of thinking, but not that you need to change how you think, but to expand and to really look at how you think. I have a man that I love. He is a minister. And at lunch the other day, he said to me, we were talking about what's going on here in Tennessee. And he said, why is it that Black people seem so prone to violence against each other? Now, this is a white man saying this to me who has a Black wife. And so I was really taken aback by that because I expected him to have a different type of mindset. But I also was grateful that he asked me about it. So then we had just a conversation about, is that true? Oh, how did I lose the... So my question then was, is that true, right? Because again, that is how society presents things. And so check your thinking. Even as an evolved spiritual person, it gave me the opportunity to say, is that true or not? Or is it beneficial for the news channels to present that way? I said, if you went and killed some white man, they're not going to call that white on white crime, right? And white folks committing crimes all day against each other, right? Because they're the majority numerically in this country. So there has to be a white on white crime problem, right? But they don't talk about it. But what they want to do is talk about Black on Black or Mexican on Mexican. And so what I talked about is that it's safe for those of us as people of color to commit crimes in our community. Because when if we do something that involves or hurts a white person, Lord have mercy, right? And the reverse of that is true, is that white folks can come into our communities. We always welcome them, right? That's how they end up killing people in churches and sacred spaces, because they're always welcome. Because why? We want to be welcome in their spaces. And so this is about the Ace of Swords, is just to take a look at some of your fundamental, Ace is the beginning. Take a look as we come to the end of Mercury retrograde and moving forward at some of your fundamental ways of thinking. Is it stuff you believe, or is it just stuff you've been fed? And if what you believe is harmful or degrading of other nationalities or people who are LGBTQ or trans, it's time to elevate. But you've got to have the time to reflect. Use the beauty, the gift of this season, of this Mercury retrograde, to do that. And then again, this could be the theme of every tarot reading on the planet. Get some balance. Are you getting in? You can't even reflect because you're moving, grooving. What do you think? Get enough sleep. Hey, Gerald, get enough sleep. Eat the right foods. If you are tired, full of sugar and salt and junk, you're not going to be making good decisions. You're not going to be connecting in your fullest way with your light. So let's take a look at our foundational thinking, right? That Ace of Swords, and then elevate it to a way that is expanded to involve everyone. You don't have to agree or understand. I don't understand trans people. Ain't nobody asking you to understand, except that this person is shining their light in that way, and allow them to shine. And the same for you. But are you shining, or are you just doing it like a lump? Oh, there goes my alarm, my 15 minutes. So let me finish the reading, or are you just existing? This is the time to shine. The way to shine is that Ace of Swords. Get to your fundamental thinking and expand that, evolve that. But use these last few days of Mercury retrograde to do that. And then bring some balance to your life. And say, Minnassa, your readings are so, yes, I'm not here to entertain you or to make you feel good. Right? I am a preacher, a minister, the high priestess, the voice of the divine. And to grow and evolve, just like your parents didn't just like, oh, can I just drink some poison? Yeah, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like, hell no. And they probably slapped it out of your hand, right? So that's what I'm here to do. I want each one of you, those who are watching live, and it's so good to see my boyfriend here. It's time for us to step up. It's time for us to shine our light. It's time for us to move forward. And so we've got to stop shirking and playing small. And that's what I'm talking about. So again, clean up, look at your fundamental way of thinking. King of Wands, take a look at that and expand and evolve. Get some balance. You had 3 weeks to rest, relax, and renew. Did you do that? Spend these last 2 or 3 days of Mercury retrograde doing that. And so then after that, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is always about action. And then act from that rested place, from that place of having reflected, that place of having evolved. Now move forward as we're getting ready to step into Gemini season and we're getting ready to come into summer solstice. And then the Eight of Cups. I always like the eights because this means your stuff is flowing. And so the Eight of Wands, my favorite card, no people on the picture, just the wands. And so again, this Eight of Cups is this invitation to flow with your emotions, to bring it all together in an awareness, in an understanding that, again, you've got the power. Use it. You know, Marianne Williamson says that it's not our flaws and our darkness that we're afraid of. It's our powerfulness. It's our true power. And this is the time in this season to step into your power. And you got to do that by one, reflecting on what your thoughts are. Have you even looked about what do I really think? What do I believe? Elevate that to a way that involves everyone, that empowers everyone, starting with yourself first. And then check, are you living a balanced life? Something simple. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating correctly? Are you hydrated? Are you watching and interacting with things on social media and TV that feed your soul? And then let's step it up in our actions. Acting in a way, whether it's out on the streets protesting, empowering and loving those who are different from yourselves, and then taking that time to be who you are in that evolved way. And then ending with, what was our last card? Now I need to look. Oh, the Eight of Cups. Doing it from a place of flow. Stepping into that divine water, that divine flow, and moving forward from there. All right, my alarm's going off. I got to eat. So I got some errands to run, but I wanted to do something different. And I'm glad for all of you who have joined me. Those who catch me on the, the playback. As Gerald has said, thumbs up, Shanita, Kristen, Gerald, Viviani, and those of you who are lurking, thank you so much for being here. I am so glad. Love to you all. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll be back on Monday with Meditation Monday on Mindful Mornings with Minnassa. And those of you that see afterwards and come to watch stuff that says tarot, if you're not subscribing to my channel, come on now. All right. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye, sweet sister. And have a great day. Bye-bye.